If you're an agency owner over 5K per month, this video is literally going to change the course of your business. I guarantee that if you're watching this video, you've potentially been stuck at that point for a while. Or maybe it just took you a while to finally hit that mark. And now you're at that mark, you realize, really? How much money really is 5K? You look at your bank account every month. Maybe softwares and ad spend take up the brunt of your cash, and you're still left broke, despite being at a place in which you dreamed of when you first started the agency. Financial freedom is harder to achieve than you first believed. And trust me, I've been in that space. I've scaled 3 agencies to $25,000 per month and one as high as $80,000 every single month. I know exactly the position you are in. Our profit margins would be less than 10K because we would spend so much on ads to hit that mark and still be working 12-hour plus days, day in and day out. I've been in this game for over 1,000 days now. I've seen agencies come, I've seen agencies go. I've seen agencies with fantastic ideas in which they fail to implement. I've seen agencies copy and paste from others and, of course, end up dying. I know what scales agencies and I know what causes them to fail. And over this journey, I've learned the most important lesson of all: how to actually scale a profitable agency, because nothing matters but profit. I've also seen agencies which have tried to scale to quit. They were sick and tired of these 5, 10K months and struggling to go any further. They put the foot down and made the push for 100K. They increased their ad spend or started sending more cold outreach messages. And they did scale, but it all comes crashing down. Because you need to lay your foundations before you even think about scaling. And this is where everybody gets it wrong. You see, there's thousands of agencies being created every month, but how many actually hit 7 figures? How many actually scale to a $1 million SMMA? Very, very little. And the reason for that is because they do not have the right information to lay the correct foundations in their business.
You see, the biggest thing which you need to learn first is strategy doesn't scale, but knowledge does. You see, I could have came in and created a done-with-you coaching solution and gave you all of the scripts and frameworks we use to scale an agency to $80,000 per month. I could have created a course providing you with the secret sauce cold email script to fast track your way to 10K per month. Or even sold my scripts and sent you my exact ads in which I use to grow this agency. But I didn't. Why? Because strategies fade, strategies die, and strategies get saturated. Instead, we created a solution that implements the foundations into your business and teaches you instead how to think. Because if you can think, it doesn't matter how strategies change, you can always adapt. So question for you, do you think this man, or even this man, Alex or Iman, do you think they copy and pasted their businesses from their competition? Do you think Iman looked at other e-commerce agencies and wondered, oh, I wonder exactly what ad scripts they're using. Let me just copy and paste these. I wonder exactly how they're serving clients. Let me just copy and paste their strategies. Do you think Alex took a look at other gym agencies and said, oh, I wonder how these guys are servicing their clients. Let me copy and paste this. Let me take a look at their ads and copy and paste this. Do you think that's how they grew their businesses? No, of course not. They learned to think and transferred their skills to whatever industry they desired, and you can too. Look at Alex, he learned to think, now he runs acquisition.com. Look at Iman, he learned to think and now he runs Educate. They transferred their foundational knowledge to create other businesses, and you can do this too. But you see, you're currently striving for this first 7-figure agency, yet you have the exact same fulfillment system as your competition and wonder why they keep saying on calls, this person offered it cheaper. You copy and paste your ad scripts from a 7-figure agency in the space and wonder why no one is clicking on them, or worse yet, hopping on calls and having zero respect for you. You spam people with DMs or cold emails whilst having zero credibility or value to provide and wonder why you get told to fuck off every single time. Or worst of all, you still spend money on gurus' courses, outdated with over 12-month-old strategies. We've spoken about strategy already. It dies quickly. It saturates quickly. You need to learn to think. But don't worry. There is hope in the wasteland you're treading in. I have been there and I have escaped. And that is why I've created this solution. You see, the secret to scaling is laying your foundations first. It is that simple. Scaling without foundations result in ruined reputations, in chargebacks, or worst of all, losses. And there's 6 foundations that you need to implement before you do anything else. And this is the same foundations these guys have implemented already. Firstly, Kevin, Sand Solar Consulting, 25k new cash collected in his first 45 days with the team. He hit 77k in recurring cash in his first 2.5 months. Alexander, AGT Digital Marketing, stuck at 3k per month with zero idea on how to scale. First 15 days, 3k to 10k per month recurring cash. Here we have Giovanni, GGV Media. First month with the team, 0k in cash to 10k per month of recurring revenue, and many, many, many more. I could go through these all day long, but these foundations really work. So I break it down into your agency and its problems, because I guarantee that you do not have a single one of these 6 foundations dialed in. Otherwise, you would be on a completely different trajectory. The first one is lead volume. The second one is your lead quality. These two link together. You need to have a high volume of quality leads in which you can rely on. It shouldn't be inconsistent, getting maybe 1 call a day or maybe 2 calls a day. Maybe every second day you get 0 calls. It should not be inconsistent. You should have a consistent stream of quality appointments in which you can rely on. Then we come into sales. You need to be able to close these consistent stream of quality appointments you're getting, but sales also improves when lead quality improves too. Then it comes into automating your agency. You should not be spending time on low quality tasks that yield low ROI. You need to automate tasks within your agency. Then we come over to client results. Product, arguably the most important part of all. You need to be crushing it for your clients. And when you lay down all of these foundations, scaling just comes naturally. It doesn't require effort. So firstly, we have your lead volume. You see, the solution is, of course, building multiple lead sourcing avenues that actually work for your niche. That is the most important part. There's no point cold calling if you're targeting online coaches. There's no point doing Instagram DMs to roofers. These people do not live on these platforms. So you need multiple lead sourcing avenues in which you can genuinely rely on. Next, we come into lead quality. Your solution: friction in your marketing or having a team in place to pre-vet leads before you speak to them. So if you're sending leads to a funnel, you need to have some kind of survey lander. Your time should mean more to you than maybe an extra $20 per appointment, or maybe your ABR dropping by 0.5%. Otherwise, you can implement an in-house call center who calls and pre-vets your leads. It doesn't matter. You need some kind of friction, something in place so that leads can be funneled out prior to you speaking to them. You are a business owner. You shouldn't be hopping on calls and wasting time. Then we come into closing deals. It's simple. You just need to build a killer sales process in which you can actually rely on. We'll talk about this in a little bit. Automating your agency. You can either hire or systemize all manual efforts that do not fit into the 20% of the 80-20 rule. You can use Zapier or VAs. You need to split all of your tasks into an 80-20. What tasks fall into the 20%? So these are the important tasks: closing deals, focusing on client retention, increasing LTV, whatever. And the 80% is other things like doing client onboarding, reading your emails. All of these things fall into the 80%, and these need to be automated. Everything within there. Then we come into your product, the most important part of all. There's 3 things. A, you need to dial in your expectation setting. B, you need to learn how the fuck to advertise. You cannot offer Facebook ads as a service to realtors if you have no idea how to do it. C, having an innovative product unlike anything else out there that consistently performs. When you dial in everything I have just mentioned, scaling comes easy. Scaling equals becoming competent in every aspect, solving the above foundational problems, and having a strong mentor to guide you. And that is why we have created this solution. So firstly, the problems in which we solve, the foundations in which we set for you. We solve the problems of a lack of leads, a lack of quality in your leads, a failure to close deals, spending time on manual tasks, having poor client results, and scaling too. And we do it like this. So firstly, we come in one-to-one and revamp your entire offer. We do the market research, we speak to potential clients, we craft the offers, and we get your approval on the finished product in which we create for you. We build out your client acquisition systems. You actually need something in place to blast the offer in which we have created for you. So we build out your cold email. We build out your IG DMs. We build out your cold calling. We build out your paid ads and anything else in which we think will crush for your niche. We build out the campaigns, the infrastructures, the scripts, and we teach you how we actually built these out so that you learn how to think and you do not rely on us for your strategy. Next, we create you a killer closing system. You need to close the deals in which we send to you. We create all of your sales scripts and frameworks, demo presentations and objection handling frameworks too. We then coach you one-to-one to make sure everything makes sense and you feel confident in every aspect of the closing system in which we have set up. It's all well and good us setting up this killer closing system, but if you don't feel confident in it, if you don't believe in it, if you don't have the conviction behind your voice, you will never close a deal. And that's what we're here for. Next, the winning and innovative product creation. So now it's client results. So we strip your current product and system to the bone and analyze for weak points or places that need a refresh. We analyze the current market trends to see what people are actively offering to clients to see how we can better it. And we create you an innovative and killer product that will crush for your clients on autopilot. We guide you on the process of onboarding these clients too to make sure you're setting the right expectations, and we teach you how to advertise and how to get this system to crush so that A, you can charge premium prices, and B, you have a reputation like none other within your niche. Next, we automate manual efforts in your agency. You have better places to spend your time than manually updating tracking sheets. So we now implement all of the automations you could ever need to make sure practically your entire agency is automated. From sales trackers to automating onboarding to automating outreach, we automate everything for you. Next is hiring A players. You'll need a team in place to support you in the process, whether it's VAs or closers or setters or even operation managers. We'll personally source your talent, pre-vet them before you talk to them to make sure you have a team in place you trust and are absolute killers. And the best of all, our personal one-to-one mentorship and coaching. Finally, once this whole system is built out and up and running, we become your personal end-to-end agency mentors. We have coaches in client acquisition, to sales, to client fulfillment, to automations, all who are there to help you out. You're going to have weekly check-ins with your client success manager who's going to check in on you to see where you're struggling or what is going wrong. They will then schedule you one-to-one with the relevant coach who can solve your problems. So it doesn't matter what you're struggling with in this week, you have a mentor who will then come to you one-on-one and solve these problems. You should never be facing problems blind or without support again. And this is how we implement the 6 foundations into your agency. And we can do this for you too. So, just below this video or in the top link of the description, wherever you are, you can click on implement this for me 2. It'll take you to a booking page with a calendar in which you can schedule a call to chat about this system, and we can talk about how we can implement this into your agency and what problems we can solve for your specific situation. If you genuinely want to scale, it's time you implement the foundations. It's time you take action.